You can, in order to begin with, there are two ways to use Emi Compiler. So one way is that you come here to the releases section and then find the binary you want and then copy it into the path and then access to it. Or for example, in case of Windows, you can just get this AMD 64 and then place it into the any folder and then begin to use it. Another option is if you are interested into npm, you can have let me go to git bash. You can use as npm package. So what you're gonna do is we go here, let's create a directory mkdir test emi cd test emi, and then you can write npx emicc. That's also an option. So you can create an Emi, like you can access the compiler because the Emi doesn't need to be a project itself. It's just a definition file, and then you call, for example, Emi module, and then it generates the code. That's all there is to it. It's not doesn't need a configuration. It doesn't need. It's just some um, like command line arguments that you might pass, and there is all to it as option. So that's how you can access it, and also you can use, I guess, the emi.exe, and I have already downloaded it before. And when I say emi.exe, basically I get access to this. Important thing to note is that npx emicc has a prettier inside. So when it generates a JavaScript file or TypeScript file, it's gonna use the prettier to format the code. When you're using the executable version, like you downloaded from the releases, you don't have that option. The good thing is it's much faster, like blazing fast. This one is using a WASM version of it, and then there is a Node.js wrapper which makes it an npm package. But you have to choose between them, like either you want performance or you want the prettier in it. You could technically use the emi.exe and create your own script after running the execution in the make file, and then like run the prettier on it. One important thing, you can use Emi to generate an SDK project. So Emi is not meant to be, although it works, not meant to be something that generates a full project. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna create an SDK and use Emi inside of that, create those files, and then run TypeScript by yourself in case of JavaScript. And then you might export that project as your SDK for backend or frontend if you're using JavaScript or TypeScript. Important thing is, Emi comes with a bunch of functions. So when you have a JS module, it compiles the entire JavaScript modules and write them to disk. But you can access the JS headers. For example, you can compile only headers of a definition and by passing that directly. And then the JS module kind of combines a couple of these functions and call it a module. Therefore, over time, when you're seeing this video, maybe there is much more options here, and that doesn't surprise you. All of them will be function, some arguments, and you can call them.